Hey, good morning, First Family. Welcome to our online prayer gathering. Excited to be here with you today, this morning. And let's go ahead and sing this song. Just enter into a time of worship. Surrender This is my surrender. This is my surrender. Here is where I lay it down. You are all I'm chasing now. This is my surrender. This is my surrender.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to our online prayer gathering for Friday, May 20th. Really glad you've joined us. Hope this has been a profitable experience so far during the month of May as we have gathered most every weekday morning to spend just a few minutes in the Word and in prayer. Today we draw our attention to Isaiah 53:3. It's a verse of prophecy about the Lord and His sufferings. Listen to what Isaiah would write, and then we'll pray in a specific direction in regards to this verse. Here's Isaiah 53:3. He was despised and rejected by men, a man of sorrows and acquainted with grief, and as one from whom men hid their faces, he was despised and we esteemed him not. It's a sobering verse, isn't it, about the Lord's sufferings. It points our attention to Calvary and to the hours before the crucifixion when he was tortured, and it talks here about how he was rejected, despised. Later in the text, of course, how he bore our griefs, carried our sorrows. I'm reminded of this verse because this is really what's in Peter's mind when he says that Christ has left us an example that we should follow in his steps. Peter had in mind these very hours of betrayal, of torture, of crucifixion, these very hours prophesied by Isaiah. And so when we suffer in any way or any degree, when we are going through hostility and persecution, we aren't the first one and we're not alone. Jesus Christ has walked the path first, and Jesus Christ walks the path with us. Isaiah prophesied it, Peter proclaims it, and so, brother and sister, I bring you some comforting news, some welcome news this morning that we are not suffering alone and we're not the first to go through it. Jesus leads the way in the hardest of times. And so this morning, can we pray along these lines? Can we just this morning thank the Lord for leading the way in suffering? It may sound like an odd thing, but we're walking in the steps of Jesus in the hardest of times. And that's actually comforting news. It's the kind of news that helps us endure well and persevere appropriately. So can we express for a few minutes our gratefulness and thankfulness that Christ has gone before us in the most difficult of ways and in the most difficult of times, and He is with us as we walk along in those kinds of times. And let's remember Calvary. Let's pointedly pray about the cross and thank the Lord for the very specific things He endured, whether it's in the garden, in those mock trials, on the cross. Let's be very specific in our prayers this morning, and let's be thankful for the way Jesus has gone before us and led the way in regards to suffering. For truly, He understands, He knows, and He is with us in ours as well. Let's pray that way this morning.